Confluence. So, if you don't mind, I will continue in English.
Very good.
And I need to speak very loud. Okay, who knows Confluence from Atlassian?
Hey!
Okay, super. Who use another Atlassian product? Bitbucket, Jira, somebody Jira? Okay, well. Confluence is very similar to documentation. Many companies do documentation in this software, and I would like to present why. Because it's another approach to express. It's and add something more to documentation. It's about collaborating on software, because when you're writing documentation, and you can switch to next, because this is not important, it's about me. Documentation is when you need to describe something for another technical person. When collaborating, you need to plan, make tasks, track, and similar stuff. And Confluence, and by the way, I'm not a Atlassian employer. I love this product. We have long discussion about why Jira is better than GitHub and similar stuff. And if somebody is interesting in this topic, you can reach me after that, and we can discuss it. Okay, and collaborating, it's very hard when you are distributed, and it's not distributed by, I mean in somebody who lives in England or United States. Now I have small baby, and when you working in night hours and somebody working in day hours, you collaborating in like different time zones, and you live maybe near door, and it's necessary to pass informations, and this information's not it's not suited for tracking or backtracking softwares, because this is for purely describe problems, and there you can discuss another part of development cycle. If you switch next, this is not important. When you're making software, it's not only describe, you need to make simple documentation or extended documentation. It's up to you how you would like to describe products. But you need to structurize in some way, and it's very hard, and I find that it's very hard for me work with another wiki systems. There is no structured data, and there is possible to use it like wiki with structured data in tree, because tree is very simple for people, because they know what is parent and what is child. You can track progress in Confluence. Everybody who works with Jira can make jQuery, which is Jira query language. You make something like, I want project this with in state this, and you have a link or list of issues which is related to your problem, and you can pass this information for non-technical person. What I use in Confluence is nice plugin named Glyphy. You can everything draw. When you draw, you are more expressive than when you write. It's fact for me, and it's nice when you make screenshot of something, make box around it, and write, this is your problem, and it's more expressive than solving problems like how to say display or show. You can display directly. There's possible to write notes, because when you mention somebody in documentation in Confluence, you have on your dashboard something like memo for note memo, and you can do checklist. And when somebody is mentioned in your documentation, it's notified, which is very important because if you write Eric, you need to change restructure to text style. Eric is notified because it's mentioned in this documentation. Okay, we are almost all done. And what is very important are these two things, because I would like to start, because I use personally Confluence in small team about 2 or 3 people, and also I used in bigger company about 150 people where they develop C++ software for microcontrollers for critical mission system. But its point is the same. You can make blog about what are you doing, and everybody knows. You don't need writing him or them emails. I am doing something, and you will be very happy when you see it. You can write small portion of text. Everybody who cares look at your blog in your internal system, and it's notified. It's a very nice way how to do it. And you minimize the clutter of your email, which is hell when somebody is still pushing shit into your mailbox. You can draft, you can share, and you can store documentation, because it's very important to track files in your Wikipedia, and it's hard, but Confluence solves this. And when you use properly styled Confluence, you can export directly a path to people who is not in your system in PDF or Word format, which is not very convenient, but and this one is already told, share and collaborate. Next one, and it's how it looks like, and I will mention some cons of it. Or if you have questions, I will.
No question.
Sorry.
So
okay. Next to you. Does it bother you at all that with Confluence you are forced to use Specific? You cannot use your favorite SK editor.
I'm a little on the other side than restructured text because I am supervisor on some and specific project where are non-technical people, and when you need to express yourself, restructured text is not very helpful. I know it's a little boring, but I think that this Specific is one of the best I use. Sorry, it is.
Well, some people I disagree.
I want
okay, but you are not forced to use this one. You can use wiki markup and use.
You can. Not anymore. You can.
Okay.
Okay, I'm intervening. You can. I mean, you can use a sort of a markup,
Let's take this.
and we can talk about it later. Next question.
That's okay.
He asked my question that Microsoft Word backend would be blessed. So my question about
Whatever, you have a fight after the talk. Okay.
It's not about fighting. I can tell you, when you are a small team, about 10 people, you can use it for $10. It's very cheap. You can try it. If it will help you, it will help you. It will help. Ale demo jsem rozbil, protože jsem rozbil certifikát.
Tak se potom na něj se vyhněte. Další. Tak já bych poprosil dalšího, a to je Martin.